Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Ian and I Explore. Today I'm on the West Marsh and we're going to take a look down one of the streets, Lord Street. I'm currently stood on the corner of Lord Street and Earl Street. So let's go and have a look at some of the shops and things that was down this street. Okay, on we go. Okay, one of the first places we've come to on Lord Street is Corrigan John W. Coal Merchant and Furniture Remover. And this was here in 1902. So I'll turn this around and I'll show you the building. Okay, so this is it. As you can see, the name is still up there. Corrigan's Removal and Store, it says up there. There we go. So that's one of the first ones. So this was here in 1902. May have been here earlier than that. So yeah, big building. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so I have got a comprehensive list of shops and things that was down here. I'll just show you it. This some of these shops is like dated 1898 and onwards. Okay, but even then lots of things change, as you know, as time goes by. So let's go and have a look around anyway, see what we can actually see, and I'll show you some of the corner shops that have been filled in and become flats. Some of them are still here in the original places, but not all of them. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I've come across the road from where I was stood. You can see this one here, that is where a cart would have gone through there. Okay, next to that arch is a shop there, and I think I've just got the other one in shot just now. So I'm going to carry on walking up here. Okay, so I found another archway now. I'll turn this around, as you can see there. Now, what's interesting down there, and I'm going to go in a bit closer in a minute, there's a cobbled surface. Okay, so I'm walking down this passage now. I'm going to show you this example. Look at this. Okay. You see the cobbles there, and it runs straight in front of me. I'm not going to go much further than this, so, but yeah, but look how this is original though to down here. You don't often see that. Okay, let's move on. Now this is a corner shop. As you can see, the door is in the original place, okay? And as we move down here, you can see up there, that is a barber's pole on a completely different shop next to it. So this would have been a barber's. Okay, maybe on the list I've got there, but the red means that you could come in there, let's go up again, for minor surgeries like cuts and bruises. Let's say you were, I don't know, had a disagreement in one of the many pubs, see my videos, pub crawl. Yeah, and come in here, you got smashed in the mouth or something, you could come in here and get it fixed. Any barbers back then, let's say, I don't know, I'll give you a date, 1888, 1887 era, Victorian times, but yeah, you could. There was a shop down here, 1898, okay, and it was owned by a Moody Frederick George, a grocer and provision dealer. Okay, I forgot to mention on that bit there, the shop was on 57 and 59 Field Street, corner of Lord Street. Okay, and you can see that building behind me. Now, I think that may have been the location of the said shop there. Okay, Moody, Frederick and George, grocers and provisions dealers, 1898. So yeah, that's probably where it was. Okay, let's get back onto the video. Okay, so we're coming up now. We're still on Lord Street, we're coming up to Ripon Street. There was a few shops down there. Let's turn this around. This is another corner shop. Okay, as you can see, this would have been the way in. So we've got a George Robert, a grocer, tailor and drapiers, 1902. Okay, and also, now this is a bit later on. Okay, so this is on Ripon Street, Chantry Close Post Office on the corner, 1984. So some of you must remember that one. There's another one down here as well. Okay, so this one again is on the corner of Ripon Street and Lord Street, and it looks like to me a cake makers, and I think it was 1984. Right, so there's a few recent ones there for you. So if you remember them, put in the comments below. All right, let's move on. But I've got this name that I found while I was researching. Now, I don't know if Swain is the name of a shop. I'll spell it S-W-A-I-N. And according to my research, this is 1898. And Mrs. Betsy Jane either owned it or it was an house. I'm not sure, but it was just from in the archives, you know, in a book of streets and everything like that. But yeah, so if any of you have heard of that one, Swain, S-W-A-I-N, and Miss Betsy, is it? Betsy Jane, 100 Lime Street, it says on there. Okay, so I'm going to try and locate that number if I can. Okay, so I've tried to look for 100 Lime Street, and it sort of ends where this wall is here. Okay, so whether this has been redone, I don't know. But it definitely comes to an abrupt end. I'm going to show you a passageway. Original back alley or passage with its original stones there, look. Paving stones, as it's called then. We're coming up to a fish and chip shop. This is the corner of Lime Street and Lord Street. Okay, again, may have been filled in, may have been original corner shop place. Right, let's move on. Okay, so I'm now stood on Richard Street. There it is. So this is on the corner of Lord Street and Richard Street. Now what this was in the past, I don't know, maybe on this list like I've been saying. Okay, coming up to Across Street now. Two things down this one. First of all, Sandaltoft AW newsagents behind HU Porter's contractors in 1910. Okay, and we got a Smith G&J contractors also down the same street in 1910. Okay, now on Arthur Street. There we go. And yet another corner shop there. You can see up there, look. You make it out as like a bit of black coming down. Every one of the, I don't know what you call them. They used to come out, didn't they? An awnings or something like that. But that's still there originally. Okay, on another street now, a corner of Henry Street and Lord Street. There you go. This shop here, another corner shop, which has changed over the many years. Okay, going on to another street now, James Street. Now, this shop across here, now I think this may have been a corner shop of some kind, because you can see there, that blue, right at the bottom, goes to the top. And underneath all that, you can see it's blue under there. Okay, so this one we're coming to now is right at the top of Lord Street going out onto Boulevard Avenue. And this one is C. Nicholson and Son, 150 to 152 Lord Street. Cycle and motor engineers, and they was agents for Raleigh, Umber, Triumph, New Hudson and BSA. Okay, so I had a Raleigh back then, and also he says they do overhauls, repairs, and they had petrol and oils as well. So I'm going to show you where that was, in there. Okay, so it started off where that white door is and goes off to the end there. But yeah, that was in there. Okay, C.H. Nicholson and Son. Okay, so before we end this video, I'm going to tell you a bit about the history that goes a bit far back. Okay, the West Marsh was once called by the locals Little Russia. Okay, so the West Marsh is originally part of the area of the Salt Marsh granted to the borough in 1341 by Edward II. Around 1514, the freemen, in their role as the corporation, divided the West Marsh up into plots and leased out for grazing. Okay, it should be noted that prior to the enclosures of 1827 to 40, the open field system for farmers was named Acroft, Littlefield and Cow Close. Now, Littlefield Lane you know about, okay, and this one is Cow Close, I don't know, but Acroft is Acroft Avenue and Acroft Street round here. Okay, that's a bit of brief history of that going, from the beginning. Okay, let's carry on. Right, so I'm going to take the drone up now and show you some air I explores around here. And you can see around, I have pointed things out, what were there and what's gone. Okay, so let's have a look at the I Explores there. Hello, welcome to Air I Explores. Now let's take a look around the West Marsh from the air. We're going straight up there. Looking towards the River Freshney or Avon, whichever one you want to call it. You see the old railway bridge down there to the left hand side. Looking up towards the industrial areas there. Going up a bit higher now. That's looking towards New Haven Terrace as well, by the way. In that area you got Dunmow Street, Elston Road, etc. down that way. Boulevard Avenue. It's going to take you around there. There we go. Now this end was the last end to be built when they took up the railway in 1931, I believe. But the first area was to be built was around Armstrong Street School, Beeston Street area. That was one of the first areas to be built, obviously to cater for the workers that was working on the railways, Dixon's paper mill, etc. And then someone had to go to Dolly Lolly's, didn't they? That was a bit later on, but yeah, the famous ice cream place. I've got to mention my granddad's fish and chip shop. Sorry about that. I was on the corner of Gilby Road, but yeah. You see down there, you got the boulevard there. It'll come round again in a minute. Dock Tower in the distance. Look at all this industry down there. Now all that used to be railways and houses. None of what it is today. I mean, some of the houses are there, some of the terraces. I mean, you know, it's just really changed over the past, I don't know, 50, 40 years, maybe longer than that. But there we go, coming back round. Oh, see that down there? Remember that been the Rumbelows? Anybody? Where the van's parked, that silver van, Rumbelows, anybody remember that? I believe it's in Undertakers now. We're coming all the way back round there. There we go, there's the boulevard. The tennis courts are definitely gone, and the rides are a lot safer now. Back in my day, it was just concrete. And you had the witches out, you fell off, you banged your head, you carried on, didn't you? But that was then, this is now. It's all soft, I believe. You walk across it, it's like bouncing. Well, there we go, coming all the way back round now to where the haven is, and I'm just about to come into land. Should be able to see me shortly. There we go. Now nice and steady. Okay, so it's back to me in the boulevard. Right, so I've just been for a coffee in here. This is next to the boulevard. This lovely place. Very nice people in there as well. So if you're coming down this way, you're in the boulevard with your kids and that, come in here for a cup of coffee. Nice and quiet. Really good, friendly people in here. Okay, so I'm going to move on. Okay, so we've come to the end of another video. Hope you enjoyed that one. I'd like to welcome all my new subscribers to the channel. I really do appreciate it. And for you watching my content, I really do appreciate that. And also, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help my channel. Okay, so on that note, I will see you all next time on the next video. Bye for now.